Tonight I'm gonna have myself a good time. I feel alive. And the world, I'll turn it inside out.
Yeah.
Floating around.
Ecstasy.
I'm singing backups here.
So don't stop me now. Oh, don't stop me now. Cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
Leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. And I'm a racing car passing by. Oh, this is the mashup. Yo, keep
with
running.
the,
I like that.
The Michael Jackson version.
Are you okay?
Don't stop me now. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a go.
That was loud for the audience.
It was. Sorry.
I'm sorry about it. I'm also not sorry.
Are you okay, Andy?
We're broadcasting live on a Sunday here at 11 o'clock a.m. It is Butt Stuff Radio, the Butt Stuff Podcast, starring DJ Blake along with my friends Jim and Ed here. How are you doing, Jim and Ed?
Good, man. I'm
coming in strong, coming in hot with some energy from some Queen karaoke tracks.
Yeah, we dropped the ball on it a little bit there.
I wasn't sure it was coming in.
Mm-hmm. And of course, a special appearance by Michael Jackson.
R.I.P.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
With this isolated
you certainly have been hit by a smooth criminal.
I saw somebody the other day on my feed was posting like that they were gonna get their ham radio license, and I was like, oh, that's so fucking badass.
You need a license for a ham radio?
You're supposed to.
I didn't know that you had to have a. Is that the same as a CB? Probably not. Right?
No, I think a ham radio. It's definitely similar. I just think that ham radio reaches a wider audience where you might need. Oh, maybe.
Should we all get hammies?
Cool. I know on the channels are because on a CB it's
breaker one
designated channels as for
emergency,
like the line where everyone can just fuck off and talk to each other and stuff like that. Like some channels are like supposed to be for spotting cops and things like that.
So when you were a trucker, like folks, DJ was a trucker for like
I was
DJ truck
there.
DJ haul dogs.
What was the coolest thing that you did on the? Did you ever like get somebody funny on the CB?
So I didn't have a CB myself, but when I was training, my trainer had a CB, and when ever he would be asleep in the sleeper or something like that, I would turn on the CB and like screw around with it. And it was always just people threatening each other, just like, I know you didn't mean to cut me off at that overpass. Hey, U.S. Express, why don't you pull over at the next truck stop? We'll settle this like man.
That means they're going to fuck.
Stuff like that. There was one specifically where I remember I was in Atlanta and I was coming out of it, and some guy cut another guy off coming off of the like off ramp, and they were going back and forth at each other, just like, hey, you want to do that again? You better be fixing to get yourself beat up. Y'all going to get yourself hurt. You do something like that again.
Got Tom O'Leary
and Johnson, where you're right over here.
It was buy one, get one free, buddy.
That's right. But it's mostly, I didn't hear anything like insanely crazy. That was probably the craziest thing, but it's mostly just people fighting.
No one had any. Did you ever hear anyone that go by nickname?
Yeah, every once in a while. I don't remember any specific ones.
Yeah, this is Snowman.
Yeah, this is the
Eagle Fort.
This is the ass kicker.
Dude,
I'm gonna kick your ass.
When you think about it, if there was like a prostitute that just had a CB, just like posted up at a truck stop, like you could run like phone sex ads.
You could,
yeah,
for sure.
I think I might be a CB radio pimp.
Yeah, I think you actually may have just found. We may have to stop this podcast.
I mean, I feel like that's probably happens. Like I don't know. Maybe that's
Yeah, but I haven't
too
made
much
any money yet.
broadcasting. Oh, sorry.
I want to make money.
See, I feel like the problem would be if you're at a truck stop, if you use the CB,
Everybody knows.
everyone knows. As opposed to you could just go door to door knocking on, or just walk around.
You could just talk sexy though. Be like, "Hey, boys, got an RV."
You could just keep the truckers hard. You just keep talking through the CB.
Mhm.
Like you're just fucking America's truckers.
This is Trucker Tanya.
Trucker fucker Tanya.
we already got a name for her. I like it.
But yeah,
Why don't you park that Big Mac truck inside this little garage?
Oh, why don't you come over to TT's? That's what she goes by short.
Watch Cardi B was just a truck stop CB prostitute. No, excuse me.
yeah,
No,
we have plenty of respect for Cardi B.
plenty. And for WAP.
Yeah, I only saw a
Yep.
prostitute at a truck stop once. Which
Were you propositioned?
no, I wasn't.
Oh man,
Were you
do you think
offended?
do you think you weren't hot enough?
No, she was just in line buying like a soda or something like that at the truck stop. And
Do you think she took one look at you
How-
and was
yeah.
like, he can't
I-
afford this?
Are you just profiling this scantily clad
it
woman?
could have been just a regular woman, but she did have like fitnet stockings and like a low cut, like one of those belly shirt things. And
DJ,
like,
what year is
You
it where
should've-
that
you-
makes you a prostitute?
either
That's how half the girls in high school dressed.
either she was a 1980s prostitute or she was coming back from a Whitesnake concert.
Oh,
One of
man.
the two.
Was this Tawny Katane?
It,
What year was that?
that was probably late 80s.
No. I'm
88,
saying that you ran
87?
into her.
Oh, 2013.
Okay.
It could have been just an older time.
Did I ever tell you about
You
the
should have
time
asked her.
that I was propositioned?
I don't think so.
All right, so I was on like it must have been Quail or like Ontario. I was in like Pine Hills area, and I must have been probably like 20 or something like that. And I was just like filling up. It was the only gas station that was open at like 1 or 2.
Mhm.
And this this vagrant looking woman shows up and just knocks on my window, and she's like, "Hey, you want to party?" And I'm just like, no. And then like I was like, obviously I was a horny, like, maybe we make this work. Like, yeah, what are you doing later? And I was like, no, Ed, fuck off. I gave myself like the John Travolta Pulp Fiction talk,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh, thank God. I would have gotten some rare STDs from the fucking
Yeah.
White Snake. But no, I don't know, dude. It's kind of flattering, but it's like they're like, if I'm gonna bang somebody for money, why not him? And B, it's like, he looks like he has money. So I was flattered, but respectfully declined.
How nice.
No.
I appreciate the offer.
Do you think she tells stories about me?
Maybe.
She's like, yeah, this one time this guy was totally thinking about it.
Maybe she was just trying to smoke weed. Like,
She wasn't even really a prostitute. She was just like
Looking
going-
for a shower.
She was just going for it.
She was just like, I need a place to sleep tonight.
mhm.
Dude, I always pictured like if a movie started out like that, like how would it end? You know what I mean? Is it a rom-com? Is that my Pretty Woman? I'm
Mhm.
gonna bring her home, and then one day like I either just wake up dead or like I don't know. Sorry. That's all I had.
Pretty Woman gone horribly wrong.
Just a decent looking woman.
I don't know why it just makes me think of I don't actually know what movie it was, but when the Dumb and Dumber VHS tape had this one intro, I think it was, I don't know if it was Jay and Silent Bob that were in the car with another dude or if it was just a dude that looked like Jay, but it was about like these guys going to see like a Kiss concert and they're like driving down like this like country road and they see this chick walking. They're like, oh, look at that chick. And then one guy's like, oh, but this is always how the horror movie starts. It's just this one hot chick walking down the road. I don't know what fucking movie that was for, but I remember like then right after it just cut to them at a Kiss concert, like
Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock
That
City.
was the
That's what it was.
movie.
Wait, what's the movie Detroit Rock City? What's that about?
I mean, can we find the trailer here?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about 3 guys that are trying to get to a Kiss concert and they I don't know, hijinks happen along the way. They pick up prostitutes or something like that. 1999.
Yeah, this one.
Detroit Rock City, man.
All right, so this is the trailer for Detroit Rock City, folks.
One of the greatest movies ever
And
made.
the only
that I've
reason we
ever
bring
seen.
this up is because it was
That I
in
don't know if
the
it's
Dumb
good.
and Dumber.
Was on top.
Back when they had that guy for every trailer.
These guys partied to a different beat.
And then they throw the slice of pizza at the people behind them, and they, for some reason, swerve like they just hit a deer.
Don't you know what KISS stands for? Knights in Satan's service.
We just watched Jam's mom torch our KISS tickets.
Nobody's missing that concert tomorrow night.
Dude, is that the kid from fucking
I think it is.
Yeah, it's Eddie
Is it-
Furlong.
It's-
Yeah, that's American
Terminator
History X.
kid?
Yeah, Terminator, American History X.
Honestly, I don't like Kiss, but this just reminds me of like us just going to a fish show or something.
And then there's that kid from
Give me a KISS tickets or I'll pop your faces in.
KISS.
Is this just one big commercial for a Kiss concert?
Yeah.
pretty much. And then the other kid is the kid from
You're the coolest.
another teen movie.
Detroit Rock City.
It's a girl on the side of the highway. We should pull over and help her out. I mean, they make scary movies that start out like that.
Hey, but they make porno movies that start out like that too, man.
I want to be that guy.
That was great.
Yeah, man, they made pornos too.
I watched that trailer about 200 times when I was 11 years old.
Dude, at least. So they just put Dumb and Dumber on Hulu.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, did you guys
Oh, Black Widow, DJ? Is this what you're talking about? Marvel.
No
Marvel.
way. I'm very
Yeah.
much more important movie.
Disney.
What's that? What's
Uh,
the most important movie in the world right now, DJ?
a movie that was a cornerstone of mine and Jim's childhood. Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
Hold on. Paul says that Detroit Rock City was his favorite movie for about 8 years.
Nice. Fuck yeah. The
Yeah.
movie, honestly, from the trailer, it does look like a pretty fun movie to watch.
So the camera to the outside.
DJ, stop. No, what's it called? I think that movie is going to suck, Space Jam 2.
Well, I watched it,
Was it good?
and it wasn't great. It was all right.
It's intended for children, correct?
Yes, children like me.
Trying to relive the 90s.
Yes, exactly.
LeBron.
Doesn't hold the candle to the original. I mean, the original was geared towards kids, and someone of any age could enjoy that movie. You know, the new one definitely had some great moments.
Was Newman in it at all?
Newman was not in it. They didn't bring back a lot of the originals, which was a shame.
No Larry Bird.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no Larry Bird.
Man.
No Bill Murray. They were like, we got to bring in our secret weapon. I'm like, Bill Murray. It's got to be Bill Murray.
Who was the secret weapon? Ruin it.
Well, do you want me to give you a spoiler?
Well, yeah,
I'm not going to
guys.
see that movie.
Guys,
That
if
movie-
you are listening to this podcast
skip 30
right now,
seconds
yeah,
if you don't
just
want to
skip
know
it.
who the secret
skip it.
weapon is.
Spoiler.
So the spoiler is, it's not actually a secret weapon.
Is it water?
Who's the cat?
Sylvester.
Sylvester's like, guys, I got Michael Jordan. And then they bring out Michael B. Jordan of Black Panther fame. And then LeBron's like, Michael B. Jordan, guys. That's not Michael Jordan.
Zing.
I have to give it though credit. It had much funnier moments than I thought there were going to be. There was multiple times where I laughed out loud and thought there was some good funny moments, but
I thought that was some sort of air horn that he was about to blow. Just like, oh yeah, real funny, DJ.
oh yeah, was it funny?
It was Sunday.
But but yeah, also LeBron, not quite as good as an actor as MJ was.
Oh yeah, because Michael Jordan was watching that movie again. He was a spectacular actor. he was
awful. Dude.
He
The
was
thing
built
is,
for acting.
He's not a great actor, but he didn't try and overdo it. He just was like, all right, this is this. I'm going to be me. And that's what kind of made it. LeBron overacts. Like LeBron, every time something happens, Bugs, I can't believe that this is going to happen. And then you're just like, okay.
I mean, that's what kind of
Tone
made it
down,
so
LeBron.
great about because like Michael Jordan, he just was like, man, this is all bullshit. Like,
Michael
I gotta go
B.
to
Jordan?
fucking Toonland, like motherfucker. Like,
He's like, I guess I got to do what I got to do.
just like it's just one of the things. Like it just felt like his agent was like, "Yeah, you got to do this. It's gonna be time."
Yes, didn't Michael Jordan say something about like not really remembering doing that movie or something?
Well, if you watch The Last Dance, which I highly recommend for everybody, 7-part documentary series on the 98 Bulls, he said he remembers it, but what he remembers more is he made Warner Brothers build him a basketball court, and he invited all of like the great players in the NBA while they were filming to play pickup basketball while he was like filming the movie. So he'd get done filming, and then him and like Charles Barkley and like all the greats at the time like would go and play pickup basketball. So that way he was still in shape and ready to win another champion when he came the year.
What did they do with the court after?
I don't know. Good question.
Dude, imagine
Probably still there.
how it would be like, this is Michael Jackson. Or Michael Jackson. Damn it. Michael Jordan. His personal basketball court for the filming of movies, Space Jam. That would go so freaking
That's
high
insane.
on auction.
Yeah, you'd sell that for millions of dollars.
I don't know. It's one of those things though where when I saw that movie, I was like, it's going to be terrible. We don't need to make this movie almost all right. I was excited about it when it was first announced. And then when I saw like not a trailer, but like a teaser for it, I was just like, oh, this is going to be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the concept was pretty inventive too, but that also kind of detracted from it. Like, it was a good thing, and then it was kind of like, this is kind of lame. Like, the whole thing in the original is, you know, you're in Toonland, but they're still playing basketball. And in the new one, they're playing basketball. And then, but it's... but it, they're playing the game that LeBron's son created, so they're not actually playing basketball.
Was it actually LeBron's
like,
real son?
No, at least I don't think it was. I know it wasn't Bronny Jr.
It wasn't Don Bronson Jr.
Because Bronny Jr. is a big deal. He's supposed to be. He's good at basketball. He's supposed to be the next LeBron.
Is he really?
He's first dunk in like a game and stuff, and LeBron gets all hyped and like almost walks out on the court being like, "That's right, Bronny Duncan."
Yeah, and then also, what was it? Not. I remember when he was in the bubble for the NBA or whatever, that like Bronny supposedly like smoked a blunt on like an Instagram live or something like that.
Really?
Well, yeah, because his dad was in the bubble and couldn't leave or do anything about it. So, I guess he didn't think it was going to get back. But like he caught wind of it and went viral and shit like that. And he was just like,
"No,
I'm fucking get him," something like that. And then like I don't know, there was like a series of memes made about it. But like anyway,
that's funny.
Yeah, I never saw this.
Right?
Maybe he won't be the next LeBron. No, he probably will be.
Who do you think right now? Well, it's going to be at least like it's going to be like a 6 or 8 year gap before he gets to that level for sure. You know what I mean? So who do you think there's going to be? I think LeBron is probably not going to. All right, I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think he's going to recover as well. Like this is the first injury of like him getting old. Like, you know what I mean?
LeBron?
Didn't he just get injured like before the finals?
I don't think he did.
No,
I thought he was healthy. I could be wrong because I haven't really kept up that much, but they did get eliminated first round, which is that's the first time that's ever happened to LeBron.
Yeah.
9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
That was not fitting. I'm sorry. But what's it called? So how was your week, DJ?
Oh, DJ, you said you had some interesting things to talk about here.
I did. Yeah, that was bringing up Space Jam 2.
Oh, god damn it, DJ.
And also bringing up, I've been watching a lot of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, it's classic.
I gotta say,
It's fucking creepy. Some of the episodes are super creepy.
there's no cartoon that holds up better than that. It's amazingly good. Like I was on the edge of my seat for a couple episodes being like, man, this is some creepy shit.
It is. This is one of the creepiest episodes.
This guy gave me fucking nightmares.
Yeah, this is one of the scariest episodes. There's also that one really scary episode where they like go to the city and there's like this weird like show that they're seeing and like they're in these like back fucking rooms. It's fucking weird. The fly.
Like the music.
Like
Man,
now I want to go watch this. Well, we are watching it, so that's good.
What was the other one? There was the one with the
Seriously creepy.
stagecoach thing pulls up. That one was creepy too.
So I watched the one recently with the what was it? The one where Eustace is trying to get the hair ointment stuff, but it makes him really angry, and then the room
Yeah.
explodes whenever he gets angry.
Yeah,
Or the one with Bigfoot, which is the classic.
that one's
first
really
episode,
funny.
Dude, that one's
That's the
so
first
good.
where
episode.
they start dancing. Yeah.
Hold
Wow.
on, wait, no. The first, it started as a pilot on one of those like weird short shows,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and there were like the 3 chickens that came from space. I thought that was the first one.
Oh, okay.
That could have been like the
And then,
early
yeah.
pilot. Yeah.
The one with I watched the one with the ducks today.
Yeah,
That's the one with. Is that the one with Ringo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they talk like the Beatles.
there's
Stop talking about me eggs.
Yeah. And the
Just look up. Stop talking about me eggs.
the one with the creepy barber that comes in.
He's a
yeah,
creepy barber.
Freaky Fred.
That one's amazing.
He'd be
It was so good.
naughty. Yo, also there's that one episode where there's like it's like the waiting for like the blood moon, and there's like doing some like weird sacrifice thing in the basement or something. That one's
Uh-huh.
also super fucking
the
weird.
fucking King Ramses. Dude, actually, the show is just
Ramses.
really
Whatever that thing is fucking
Days.
terrifying.
10 scares.
That looks like what is that?
The Duck
Return to
Brothers.
slab.
But
Suffer my
honestly-
curse.
Unbelievable show. Like I can't recommend enough going back and watch. It hold up so well.
Dude, even the cat episodes. I like the cat.
Yeah. Oh, I
episodes.
love
Mhm.
cats.
Yeah.
Island cats.
Dude, they're just like always playing handball or doing something, and he's always cracking his
He's
neck. with
he's
something
always
like
got the coolest music too. So like.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I get-
music was great in Courage too. Cat's Motel.
Mm. Did you guys watch any of the McCartney 3-2-1?
that.
Oh no.
I watched an episode of it yesterday.
How was it?
It was good. It's really funny because it's just like Paul McCartney and Rick Rubin just like listening to Beatles songs and talking about Beatles songs. Really, that's all it is. It's just like listen to that bass line. You came up with that bass line. Hey, we just did it on the fly. I was talking with John, and he's like, "Oh man, it's like."
Yeah, I was listening to something the other day that was talking about that, and that said that basically every Paul McCartney interview is the same. So it's like, yeah, I'll watch it and it'll be good, but it'll be the same thing as I've ever seen. Because in every interview, it's just like, well, you know, I had a dream where my mother came to me and said, let it be. And then that's just what it was.
Yeah, his story behind like he was like, someone asked me if they would pass the salt and pepper, and I said, "Excuse me, did you say Sergeant Pepper?" And we had a good laugh. And then I went home and I was riding my bike, and I thought, "Oh, that's a pretty cool character, Sergeant Pepper. We'll make Sergeant Pepper."
Dude,
And then that was that.
And-
That's the way that happened.
do you believe Paul McCartney is real? Or do you believe
think he's an imposter?
I think he's a crisis actor.
You know, it was kind of funny, but it's like, you know, the whole like Billy Shears thing about how like they say like Billy Shears is the real name of the guy that like replaced Paul McCartney. And like that was that won the contest. It is funny because like Paul McCartney's talking, like they're listening to Sgt. Pepper's, and at the end of Sgt. Pepper's is when it's like, and now like we introduce you Billy Shears, and it's like Billy Shears. And like it does the whole thing. And Paul McCartney's just sitting there, just not saying a fucking word about it because he's talking nonstop about all the characters and everything. And then it comes to that part, he's silent as a bird, and then he's just like, and listen for this hi hat. And I'm like, fucking, why don't you talk about the Billy Shears thing for a second?
Yeah, Billy. I mean, that's the important. He's probably trying to direct your attention away from it.
I'll say this: the only one who knows the truth now
It's
is
dead.
Ringo,
Yeah, that's true.
and he's not going to fuck up a good thing because they've been letting him coast for years.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
I do really like at one part because the next song after Sgt. Pepper's is it's not All You Need Is Love, is it?
After what?
After Sgt. Pepper's, what would you do
No,
if I
yeah, that's
sang
I
out
Get
of
By.
tune?
Little Help
Yeah,
from
I
My
Get
Friend.
By. So they're talking about that, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, well, we wanted to put a Ringo song on. You know, we like giving Ringo a song, and you know, he did have millions of fans, so we figured we'd give him one. I was like, yeah, all right.
In an octopus's garden.
Thank you. And no objects to be signed. Nothing. But I have too much to do.
Wait,
Well,
yeah, this is it.
If that has a date on the envelope, it's going to be tossed. I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do. So no more fan mail. Thank you. Thank you.
This is Ringo.
Yeah, like a few years ago, he was people were sending him fan mail, and he put out this like video of him just sitting in a room being like, "I'm warning you with peace and love, no more fan mail. If you send it, I will not answer it.
Peace and love.
With peace and love." I just love that statement. I'm warning you with peace and love.
What are you gonna do? Send me a nice like what's it? Any response is a response, and they're gonna like it.
I mean, I feel like that would just do nothing. Like people are still going to send fan mail.
Yeah, they're gonna send him more fan mail. 'cause you said
Exactly.
that.
I'm warning you.
There was I saw a teaser for the Paul McCartney thing though, where it was like it was just basically like, yeah, I remember me, George, and John were all in a room, and they were like, who's gonna be the bassist? And they were all like, not me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he goes, no, and then George was like, not me. And I was just like, fuck it, I guess it's me. And then like that's how he became bassist of the band.
Yeah.
And I just, it was really funny because like thinking back to like the interview before where they asked John like, oh, so and so saying Ringo Starr is the best drummer in the world. She's like, he's not even the best drummer in the band.
Yeah.
And then it's just like just imagining like Ringo was just like fucking kicked around
Well,
for years by
I think too, like Paul McCartney. I don't know if he like because he talks about that in the first episode, but he does mention one thing about it's one of the early Beatles songs, and it shows that it's like them on Ed Sullivan, and they're playing it, and I'm like, I never really thought about it because you're just like, oh yeah, it's just like a fucking cheeky Beatles song, but Paul's like. He's like, imagine just fucking doing this for 3 minutes. He's like, this is John's style, man. He just wanted to do this. He's like, I fucking didn't want to do that for 3 minutes straight. Like, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
it kind of looked like he was jerking off.
Yeah, it was jerking
John's
off.
just doing this
He
for
was
3
just
minutes.
jerking off for 3 minutes.
If you
The
were-
Red Hot Chili Peppers did that, right? They just went up on
Jerked
stage
off?
and they just jerked off. No, I don't think so.
Oh, sorry.
They were
yeah.
naked.
Yeah, pretty much. They came.
you're gonna tour,
Really?
yeah.
Really? You know, my brother, when they had a Stadium Arcadium come out, was that the last album they came out with?
No.
They came
Oh.
out with One Sense, but it's not
It's,
Frusciante. That was the last Frusciante
Dark.
album.
Dark Necessities.
Okay.
These dark necessities are reading me alive.
You know, it was this thing like when it came out, like Mars and Jupiter were the two albums or the two CDs for
I think so.
like I know they were two planets. I remember my brother telling me like, oh, like they already have like two more albums lined up and they're just like they're waiting to like release them. And then like that just never happened. And I don't know if maybe that album actually was made and
Dude, Post Baloney is
Versus.
unpopular opinion, but I kind of dig the 1 Hot Minute Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
Skin Netflix. She's
Skin that flick, she's such a little DJ. Get that quick, my street, but not the freeway. Turn that trick to make a little leeway. Beat that, but not the way that we play Dogtown.
I have no idea what he said, even on the isolated vocals. They're a little bit easier to.
What's it called? There was I don't remember what I was watching, but somebody put me onto this. It was like an interview where they were talking about John Frusciante leading the band or whatever, and Anthony was just saying like he's just like after the SNL what is it Scar Tissue or something like that, whatever they played, he was just like I was just like fuck, you're so fucked up, like it's like they fought over it. And it sounds so good. He just played it like a different style. I'll play it on the way out or something. I'll leave it up there for it, but it's so fucking good.
This is Frusciante. It keeps saying Frusciante was fucked up.
Yeah. And then Keats was like,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Oh, Road Trippin', that's a good song too.
that's. Yeah. Did you ever see the video of when Will Ferrell dresses up like the drummer?
I was just gonna bring that up. That's a fantastic video.
And they just like pretend like they're each and just act like each other.
Dude,
It's great.
it must have been fucking like when you think about like how can you have a band with 4 people simultaneously addicted to heroin and just like what do you do? Like maybe Chad wasn't doing dope, but like when you get to a show and everybody's fucked up, like how do they perform?
Yeah,
Like I get it if it's just one of them, and it's just like, all right, we got to pull extra weight for so and so, but like,
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Flea was doing, he was probably on heroin, but that motherfucker is going like balls to the walls.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be
That
said
guy's-
when you have someone like Flea in your band, like an all-time great, who
Flea
like
is just like Flea plays so hard that his like fingers just bleed on the bass.
he's just a savant. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter what's going on in his life. He'll be great.
Little Flea bass solo.
Will we have the ad going?
Rib cage.
this is probably gonna fuck up anybody listening on the phone. It's gonna be like,
Oh yeah, he's playing those single notes.
Sawtail.
this is supposed to be the best solo ever right now.
Flea, the best solo. It's definitely for
Oh
Can't Stop.
yeah.
You can tell.
And Can't Stop's always like, if you ever guys, if anyone out there is trying to learn the bass, go learn the bass line
Oh.
for Can't Stop.
So he's
It's a signature.
looping himself right now. You can see.
This is a one man show. That's kind of bananas.
He just plays all those.
You know what? Victor Wooten's better. Just gonna say it. No, I'm kidding.
Vic Wooten. I saw the Wooten brothers
ju-
in Nashville once.
I just
Without Victor Wooten.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. You told me that.
With Future
that was a
Man.
while ago.
Future Man rules pretty hard.
Okay, so far,
Not
just
the best solo ever.
Les Claypool walking around like a fucking goblin is better, but
Yeah.
This is pretty soft.
I mean, because he has to do all the parts over each other.
yeah. Can we just jump a little bit? All right, bro.
I'm out.
I'm out. We're out, dude.
Flea, you're canceled, dude.
Flea.
Standing in line to see.
Okay,
But anyway,
Maggot Brain might be.
Speaking of which, I watched this is something you guys would be interested in. I watched a video the other day of making of the song "Peg" by Steely Dan,
Amazing.
dude. I've
Hold on,
seen
I've
that.
seen
It's
that too.
insane.
where they're just have to be insufferable pricks. Where they're just
Yeah.
like, they would just fire entire bands and then the next day be like, "All right, yeah, you guys weren't getting it done and everything."
Yeah, they talked
then-
about how many guitar players did they need for the, and then finally they like
I think
made
they
the
had something
studio.
like 15.
They made the studio engineer just fucking do it for like 40 hours.
Yeah. And when they're talking about Michael McDonald coming in, he's just like, the vocals were so close. Yeah. Do, 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 do. It's impossible to do. He did it.
I didn't know that was Michael McDonald to be 100%.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that either for
I mean, it
quite
makes
a
sense
while.
once you hear it. When you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's definitely
When
Michael
you said
McDonald.
that, I was just like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
They talked about that in what's it called yesterday in the 3-2-1, which I kind of always forget that While My Guitar Gently Weeps is Clapton on guitar and it's not any of
Was it
them.
really?
Yeah, and
That's
they,
weird because that's a George Harrison song. I figured you'd be.
Yeah, so they talked about that. They asked, like, so was Clapton, was he like a rival musician or was that George's friend? And they were like, that was like George's friend. And he's like,
Yeah.
he's like really weird. Like, he's like, it was honestly like one of those things where like George could have done that. Like George could have had that moment for himself. Like
Yeah.
he invited Clapton over and like gave him that spotlight on that song, and he absolutely didn't have to. But he's like, that's just the kind of person that
Yeah.
George
And
was.
George's girl saw Clapton play it and was just like, oh my God, put a towel under me.
And so they talked about too, like this thing with Hendrix, where like 2 days after Sgt. Pepper's came out, like Hendrix just came out and started fucking playing it, and Paul was like, "Damn, dude," he was like, "Song had only been out for fucking album was only released for 2 days, and like Hendrix already like learned how to play the song, and he's like, it was the second song he played, and he plays this really like loud, like crazy version, and he's like just like women on the bar, and he was like." after the song ended, like Hendrix is sitting there trying to tune the guitar, and everyone's like, "Bro, like that, you're not going to be able to tune the guitar. Like you're going to have to stand there and tune the fucking guitar now."
Mhm.
And I guess Hendrix like leaned into the mic and said something about like, "Is Eric out there? Like Eric, can you tune the guitar?" And he was like, Eric was out there, but Eric's like walking with his head down, like doesn't want to be seen in the crowd, doesn't want him to know that he's there watching him.
You know
Is Paul tuning Jimmy's guitar there?
You know who's another miserable rocker that?
Captain is an insufferable dick.
Well,
Is
yeah.
that why you're not saying that?
Well, no, I was alluding to like Steely Dan too, because they weren't necessarily miserable, but they're really hard to work with because they had an exact like thing.
Yeah.
Is
Pressure makes diamonds, man.
exactly. I mean, the product stands for itself. Like, you know, their music was great, but Steve Miller was. I listened to some on In the Studio with Redbeard, which is one of the
You
great.
still tune in?
No, this is a while ago, but it was Steve Miller, and they were like interviewing him, and he's just like, Redbeard was like, "Yeah, nobody really knows what you look like. You know, you don't really have your face," and he's like, "Yeah, that's on purpose. You think I want everyone knowing who I am? I get to go to concerts now and not have everybody recognize me. That's great. I went to a concert last week and Boz Scaggs was behind me, and everyone was going up to Boz Scaggs asking for autographs. 2 rows away is Steve Miller just sitting there enjoying the show. You tell me who's the winner in that situation."
Yeah.
That is incredible.
That's kind of like I love like Buckethead and like even Les Claypool, dude. Like Les Claypool would always wear the masks and shit. You can't pick him out of a lineup for the most part
And
until recently.
Les Claypool is a fucking chameleon. Like he's like Johnny Depp. Just he always looks different.
He does whatever drugs of the people he's hanging out with. He gets. No, I'm just kidding. He pops off, dude. It's fucking crazy to think about. Like all right. So if Donald Fagen is an insufferable dick in the studio, like imagine Michael Jackson. Dude,
Yeah.
like I've heard stories of like him just like basically he'd be like, "Yo, play a funky bass line," and then he'd just sit there like
Sorry.
having a person play a funky bass. Fucking what was it? Until he got Billie Jean's bass line out of like a session musician, and then like they interview the guy. He's just like, "Yeah, I just started like doing something funky like this," and he just played it, and then Michael Jackson was like, "It's the next song," and then fucking just dropped. I don't know where it's going.
Same thing with Steve Miller. He did for Jungle Love. He went through like 8 guitarists before he found the one, because he would tell him how to play it, and then he'd be like, "Nah, that's not really it," until he finally found someone that could like do it like that. Wow.
Yeah. I got a shameless plug. Check out Churchy518 on Twitch. He plays Call of Duty, and he shouted out the podcast, and I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I'll throw you a shout out too. Do a
What's
little
up,
cross
Church?
promotion."
Get on that Churchy
What's up,
518.
Churchy 518?
Watch
Yeah.
that Call of Booty.
His it's really funny. He plays with Jerry a lot. You know, the diehards are gonna know who Jerry is from early podcasts, but he changed his name to Jerry. So like on Xbox. So anytime he gets it, like you're in a thing with him and he's trying to be like, "Yo, Jerry, do this." You think I don't know. It's funny. He's trying to basically anytime that he gets a W with somebody, like he wins, he'll be like, "All right, if we win this one, you got to change your name to Jerry on Xbox." So there's like 3 or 4 just
That's
like
funny.
there's a team of Jerry's. Jerry on the stream on Twitch.
Just so Jerry, not our friend Jerry, but my boss calls me Jerry for like Jim Perry, and he could not find my phone number the other day, and he told me it's because I was looking for Jerry's number. Yeah, that's not my name.
Yeah. That won't work that way.
Dude, I would love, by the way, you know, fans listening, anybody wants to do a Twitch stream, I would do. I'm like debating getting all the shit and doing like just Twitch stream. I think it'd be fun as fuck.
So honestly, I was thinking about getting just a little thing just to, because I've been playing a lot of Magic the past week, and
you gonna stream Magic? That'd be sick.
yeah, because I've just been playing Goblins, and it's really fun just to run people over in like 3 to 4 turns. It's just the most like, you know, it's just zero thought Magic. You're just like, Goblin, go.
Is there a way that you can talk to the opponent in that?
There's like little pre-loaded messages that you can send to people. And so, you know, there's like your hello, thanks, sorry,
GG.
good game, But then there's some other good ones, and then there's some little emojis that you can send sometimes. There's one where you send like a little dancing guy.
And that's what you send on the W.
Or you do like there's this other little red guy that just does this. But yeah, I was thinking that'd be fun because it's just something to do, entertainment for the people.
Well, it's basically like I don't know, playing with the squad there. It's super funny because it's basically like, I guess, like a podcast or like hanging with your friends, but like you get a good video there,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Nick's fucking nice with it, dude. It's funny watching like Jerry just like crack up to watching Nick shit. I don't know. Stupid. Sorry. All inside jokes.
I gotta get like a
setup.
Yeah, I want like the dual screen. Dude, fucking Brian's computer setup is so sick. If you guys have never seen the Shagbot is like the most insane computer of all time.
Yeah.
Dude, I was looking to buy a computer. Everything is fucking jacked up right now. There's like there's like chip shortages and shit.
Yeah. Ooh. It is. It is pretty pricey for a computer right now.
It's like $1,000 minimum.
I mean, I don't know how. Like, I don't think the Shagbot, for what it is, I don't think it cost an exorbitant amount to
What's a Shagbot?
So the Shagbot, you'll be able to find the Shagbot online. I don't know.
Shabbat Shalom.
The Shagbot is a fucking gigantic box of computer that is intense as fuck looking.
Is it like custom built by Brian?
So it's named the Shagbot because Brian and his friend Shags made the computer, and that was years ago. And so Shags, I believe, bought all the things, and then Brian helped him assemble it. And now Brian is in possession of the Shagbot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play any games, DJ?
Yeah, not really. Not really. Been a busy guy. I like games.
DJ's too busy for video.
I played ever play Flux? Flux is a card game that gets out of control. There will be like every card that you draw it's kind of hard to explain.
I've heard of Flux.
It adds new rules every turn. So every time you go, it's like a simple game. You just have to match the goal, and the goal will be like, you need the moon card and the rocket ship card. And then you'll get new rules that will be like, draw 6 cards this turn and discard 4. And then you discard all of the goal cards and then stuff like that. So it gets insanely complicated towards the end of it. I played that recently. That was fun.
I want to play like Mafia or fucking what's it called?
Resistance, man.
Yeah.
Because we got to get some resistance going. For those of you listening that don't know what resistance is, it's a great way to lose a friend.
Dude, a resistance. We would need
Dan Bedian.
We'd need 3 more mics, but doing a resistance pod would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Basically, you have a group of 5 people, and at least 2 of them are spies. And the people who aren't spies have to guess who the spies
It's
are.
a game of sabotage.
Game of sabotage.
It's a game.
Spies are trying to sabotage the non-spies.
It's a game of losing friendship.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, great game. Great game. What are you guys' favorite board games?
Favorite board game of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Resistance is definitely up there. I like the games of sabotage and deceit the most.
Yeah, I feel like I really like Risk. Axis and Allies is fun, but it's a lot of setup.
Yeah,
I like Monopoly.
You want to hear the fucking dude? I'm sure I've talked about it, but my parents met playing Risk.
Really?
Yeah, like my dad was just like rolling 3 die trying to get that ass. Like if he lost, like you don't get laid after that. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
I think I told the story on an earlier podcast, but my brother, one of his ex-girlfriend's dad was a huge Risk player, and like she had told them that, so Steve went and like met them for the first time and just ended up playing her dad in Risk for like 4 hours. Yeah, he won. So I think he got laid that night. I think that's how that works.
Just rolling dice for that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Steve actually probably banged his wife, because I think that's how that works.
There's a threesome.
Yeah, you beat a man in Risk, and you take his possessions.
you take his armies.
That's how that works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember Risk games get intense. I'm sure I've possibly talked about this before, but I was playing with Eric and Jamal.
Who flipped the board?
Dude, no, I would have been the board flipper, but like Eric was leaving early. Like his mom came to pick him up. It was like one of the things at Roy's house, and like Eric like just left after I had eliminated Jamal. It was just me and Eric had to go head to head or something like that against well, no, there was one more person. Eric just gave all his armies to Jamal, so like he was just like about to die. He was circling the drain, and then Eric's just like, "Yeah, my mom's here, so just take him, Jamal." And I was just like, "Hey, Eric, don't get into a car wreck or anything on the way home." You know what I mean? And he like remembers that to this day, and it's just like, "Dude, that's the maddest I've ever seen you." It's just like, yeah, you ever play a game for fucking 5 hours, and then somebody's just like, "Yeah, here you go," and then fucks it all up?
Oh yeah,
Dude, terrible. Monopoly is another one of those games where like I played just one-on-one with Eric, and I'm just like, dude, fuck this guy.
A very similar thing happens with because like we'll try to do our like magic drafts every week, and so my brother found this kid, and he was like, oh yeah, dude, he's good for the magic draft. Literally came over, drafted, played one game, and then was like, all right, I gotta go. And I was just like, all right, and like I had beaten Brian, and Brian was like, all right, I'll just fucking Jimmy you in, just give him all the cards. I was like, all right, that was not fair, but that was nice.
And somebody's heart's not, it's just fucking
gotta be invested.
There has to be stakes on it. T-bone steaks.
T-bone steaks. I was gonna say raise the stakes.
Tomahawk steaks. What's the best steak you ever had?
The best steak I ever had, I made the steak for my dad on Father's Day, and I remember making it was like back in the time when I would just fucking go through the cupboards and just make a bunch of weird shit and just throw the steak in it.
Yeah.
And I remember it was it definitely had peanut butter and iced tea in the marinade. It was like peanut butter, iced tea, and then like a bunch of like, you know, like garlic powder and pepper and like Worcestershire
like
sauce.
Powder iced tea?
No, it was Arnold Palmer. It was half.
Yeah, that'd
half.
be like
So
an
wait,
Asian influence.
You soaked a steak in Arnold Palmer?
Well, so like it was like I would make these barbecue sauces, which was essentially taking like 2 barbecue sauces, mixing a bunch of hot sauce, weird stuff, and then I add like a little bit of peanut butter and iced tea to it, and then I slathered it on the steak. And even my dad is like, I don't know what the fuck you did, but those were some of the best steaks I've ever had, and it really was like the best steak I ever had.
That's fucking wild.
Peanut butter and iced tea.
Peanut butter and Arnold Palmer is the best marinated.
Probably good. I mean, like I said, you know, peanut butter is used in all kinds of dishes and stuff like that. Put in a marinade, probably a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of savory.
It wasn't a lot. I mean, honestly, I was like 12, 13.
Just some peanut butter and Laffy Taffy on it.
Peanut butter,
Laffy Taffy. Oh.
Yeah, mine would either be either the Prime, of course,
Never been
677 Prime in Albany.
Everybody's kissing the ring on Prime.
Great steak. Either that or one time I splurged and got one of the really expensive New York strips from Primal Butcher. Shout out to Primal. Give us some steaks. And I dressed it up real nice. Made a delicious steak.
Dude, okay. Have you ever ordered a steak from an establishment and let's say that you were like, all right, I want like medium rare, and then they bring it out just fucking well as shit?
Okay, yeah. So on Friday, my mom texted me like, hey, meet us at Longhorn after you get out of work. Ooh. So I go there and I meet my Uncle Ralph, my grandma, my mom, my stepdad, my cousin Aaron. And so we get there, they've already ordered. I sit down, I ordered a burger real quick. So the steaks come out for everybody. And I would fucking hate to work in this place. Literally the only fucking thing they sell in this place is like steaks. Their menu is so small. They drop off these 5 steaks, and I'm already like, my fucking mom is like, she's the worst. I would never want to wait on my mom. And surprisingly, her steak was perfect. But
wow.
John's steak was like, John was like, this isn't medium rare, but like fucking whatever. He's not going to complain. He just eats it.
Yeah.
My Uncle Ralph is like, this is like well done. He's like, I want like I still
Juicy.
want some pink in it, and so he sends it back and they bring him out a new one. Comes out like the same time as my burger. And so they're like, all right, sir, will you cut into the steak? And the fucking fat manager's got fucking prayer hands, like fucking please. Like my Uncle Ralph cuts into the steak and the steak is just fucking like raw in the middle. And he's just like, yeah, like I want medium well. This is like not even cooked. And the guy's like, oh my God, I was under the impression that you wanted medium rare. And he's like, yeah, regardless of medium rare, this is like black and blue. Like this is not even done. And so they
Jeez.
like bring the steak back, like, and the waiter comes up and he's like, "Hey, how was that steak?" And he's like, "Oh, what happened?" And he was like, I want it medium well, not medium rare." And he's like, "Oh my God, dude, he's like, I told them medium well. I don't know what like the misunderstanding was." He's like, "Listen, just bring me a box for it." And so like they bring him out, like the
All
manager,
3 steaks.
the manager comes back out with the same steak that he's already cut into. Fucking just thing is cooked to death.
Mhm.
And like the lady's like, "Would you cut into the steak for me, sir?" And my Uncle Ralph's just like fucking hits, because it's already cut in half. They just like put it back together and he just hits it and he's like, "Yeah, it's already cut. Yeah, they really cooked it to death. Thanks." And like the lady's like,
Oh my
"I'm
God.
so sorry. Is there anything that we can do?" And he's like, "No, just, I'm ready for the check. I'm just like ready to go." And they're like, "Okay." And then they like bring us an ice cream sundae and they're like, "That's on the house."
Cut
and I was
into
like,
this Sunday.
I was like, "Yo, maybe you could knock the fucking $20 steak off the bill
Yeah.
that you fucking keep fucking up."
Mhm.
But my favorite part, honestly, was just like the super fat manager with the prayer hands. Just like, fucking
Please, God.
please God, fuck.
Please.
Dude, I could never work in that place. You must have that every other table. Like, nope, send it back.
Well, when
Yeah.
you think about it too, like Yelp is kind of like a gun to the head of any fucking business
Yeah.
that's gonna like produce
Very
food.
true.
Like basically what they're thinking is like, oh God, if he puts up a picture of this thing, said like, "Oh yo, I ordered medium well," and then it's a raw steak, or if he puts up a picture of like a medium and it's just fucking well, like like that will, people will see that. That'll be a 1 star. That'll go to the top of the list.
You just made me think of, so earlier I was looking because I want to get like a bike lock for my bike, and 1-star reviews on bike locks are fucking gold. 'Cause
Stolen. Bike stolen.
Every one of them is, "My fucking bike got stolen." Yeah, and it's always just their story of how their bike got stolen. 1-star bike lock reviews, worth the read, man.
Mhm.
Very enjoyable.
Dude, I have this idea. This is one of Ed's famous dollars. I get like a fucking button for like the sound effect for it, but I have an idea for an app. It's called Whelp. All right, and instead of
I like it already. Well,
instead of ruining small businesses and restaurants, like it sends your criticism directly to management,
Oh,
and
there you
then
go.
they can address it, and then it's just like you upvote or downvote, and like it will like still, I guess, affect and give you like a good barometer of like, is this restaurant good? And like basically you go twice, and you go one time and it's either good or bad, and then you go the next time and it's better or worse. You know what I mean? So you give them 2 chances instead of the 1 chance.
Mhm.
oh, see, I thought Whelp was going to be like, well, like if you got a 5-star Whelp, it was like that. This place fucking sucks. Like,
Mhm.
No, well, the idea
I
is,
gave him the 5-star Whelp.
the idea is to help the business out, not put them under with bad
Okay,
Yelp
okay.
reviews. So like in this case, like fat manager came out, prayed that the steak would not be rare, and it was. Like, you know what I mean? And then the next time he goes back, he's just like, all right, this is the second time. And then like if they fail the second time, then it goes down,
There is a fantastic 1-star review for
Longhorn?
No, the place that I work, and it's the most recent 1-star review. It was probably done by a man that was mentally unstable. He does call my manager a pillow biter in the review.
Pillow biter is a pretty funny fucking clap.
Yeah, he does say, I think like the opening line is like, "Don't trust these people, they're only in it for the money." And then like the next line is like, "Sure, I threatened them, but only before the pillow biter told me he wouldn't see my whatever."
Dying animal.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's enjoyable to read. It's funny.
Dude.
And then there's a very long-winded response
Mhm.
from our boss, essentially being like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you."
Dude, okay. There's one of those where there's this local gym. It's ABC, and Amanda was like going to ABC, and what they do is like they'll roast you if you don't clean down the equipment after, or like restack your weights or whatever,
Yeah.
and put you up on like their Instagram. So like what they did is they got footage of her like not re-racking her weights or something, and like, "This membership has been canceled. Like, Amanda, you're out." Like, you know what I mean? And like blasted her on Instagram. And then she canceled her membership. They didn't actually cancel it. And then she wrote a 1-star Yelp review. And then the manager's like, "I'm so sorry. Like, we'll take the video," like all this shit. And
Mhm.
she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking keep my review up there. I'm gonna let people know that you're filming them while they're working out. Like, it's super creepy.
The last time that I went to ABC, I went and I like swiped the thing and it made this beep, and the guy was like, "Oh, your membership actually expired. Actually, you owe $35." And I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll see you later."
See you later.
I just left.
Dude, that happened to me I canceled my vent membership, but like the person that I canceled with just never did the paperwork end of it. So like I tried to go and like do like a pay for like a one-time use, and they were like, "Oh, actually, you owe us like $130, and like we're sending this to collections." And I'm like, "Yeah, I canceled it here." And then they brought up like a thing of me saying that I wanted to cancel it, and then just never canceled it. And I had to fight with them, and I still had to pay $70. And I was just like, "Dude, fuck that! I'm never going back here."
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It's fucking slaughter, dude. Like, you can't just take my $10 a month for not going to the gym, and then just like when I'm canceling it, just be like, all right, we got him for a long time. It's good. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. Oh, Dottie's
What's
joining
up-
us
what's
on the
up,
pod.
Dottie?
Mic her up, DJ.
Towards the how are we doing on time here?
We got about
few
3
minutes. Not much.
Mhm.
Not much time. Why, DJ? What do you got? Long story.
Long story. But yeah, what's I gonna say? Yeah, ABC for a while. When I went in there,
I
it
thought
would
you
be
said
like,
start
hey,
issue. Sorry.
What? I don't know. Yeah, fuck. It's under the.
anyway.
All right. What were you saying?
That I went there, and like every time for like probably 8 times in a row, they would stop me and be like, "Whoa, it says that your membership isn't." And then I'd pull it up and be like, "No, yeah, I've been paying. Like they've been charging me." And then I'd be like, "Oh, it just doesn't show that your like membership is valid because like you got grandfathered in under the old like price and stuff like that, but you still been getting charged." So by like the 8th time, I was like, "Can someone fix this so we don't have to go through every single time I come in here?"
Well, it's also like anytime I went to ABC, it was always the same dude.
Mm-hmm.
Was it not just the same dude?
The bald dude?
No, it wasn't the bald dude. It was like the younger dude that just watched shows on his laptop.
Yeah, which by the way, Mr. Moneybags Martin from Martin Harding and Mazzotti ended up kicking me off of a machine there.
Really?
Big JP Moneybags.
You know it was
Yeah.
Martin Harding or Mazzotti?
So it was the Martin guy, and he was there, and one of the trainers was sitting on one of the fly machines, and he was just saving it for him, and he got up for a second to go get some water, so I went over to go use it, and he was like, whoa, we're saving that for him. I was like, so he's not using it, he's running on that treadmill right now? He's like, yeah, but he's going to be over here in a few minutes. And it's like, but it won't take me like that long, like I'm not going to be here for an hour. Like, he's
Do
like,
you
yeah,
own this machine?
we're just saving this for him. I'm like, oh, Mr. Moneybags
He just
gets all the machines to himself.
pays a pleb. Dude, just make your own basement gym.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? They're doing it because they know that if he gets hurt at that gym, he can sue the pants off.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. When you
Injured at the gym?
when you said make your own basement gym, I was just thinking of like a broomstick with some eyeballs and DJ being like, "This is my gym."
All right, so we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Look at them gloves he's got on. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for listening. This has been another broadcast of the Butt Stuff Podcast.
We're
You
gonna-
can
we're
find
gonna-
us here every Sunday at around 11 o'clock, 11-ish. You can find us on YouTube. Go to our Instagram page.
We're gonna roll you out with some
Tom Arnold.
For some reason, Tom Arnold looked like he was wearing a straight jacket.
Supposedly, this is John Frusciante, fucked up beyond words. See you next week.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, to together we cry.
Will Ferrell on the drums.
He looks just like him.
He does.
But Keto smells his own farts.
Yeah, I bet he fucking holds those black leather gloves right up to his asshole and to his nose. and farts. Does he have his face tattooed on his arm?
Like Steve-O?
Oh, yeah.
Like a kid and take it to the place I love. Take me all away.
I mean, Frusciante does look kind of fucked up.
Like a kid and take it to the place I love. Take me all away. Yeah, yeah. Hard to believe that there's nobody out there.
I just wish Anthony turned it like, what's up, bro?
They are all alone. At least I have love.
Maybe the city actually likes him.
Lonely as I am.
Thank you.
Together we cry.
Said, do you think the city actually loves him?
Look at him, bro. He looks like Chris Angel. They must. I just don't. I don't see how he like be so angry. It doesn't sound that much different from the. It's a little slowed down.
He's screwed up a couple times here and there, but it kind of goes with the vibe of what they're doing.
Fucking Floyd.
Gimp mask? This is the part.
Okay, well that was worth it for the. That was worth it for. I could see that.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Say